I noticed in your opening testimony you talked about the efforts to extradite those in Mexico responsible for the killing of Americans. I'd like to take you to another aspect of this issue. Recently, the Chicago Tribune did a series relating to those fugitives, criminal fugitives, who fled the country. 129 criminal suspects have fled Illinois, according to DOJ data, and many of them have been charged with crimes as serious as murder and rape and child molestation. And what we found in cases over and over again in this Tribune series is reflected in one case in particular. In 1996, it is alleged that Pedro Aguilar gunned down a single mother and restaurant owner, Maria Rodriguez, in Chicago for spurning his romantic advances and then fled. Within 2 months, the relatives disclosed his whereabouts to Chicago police, his whereabouts in Mexico, even giving local detectives the name of the street where he was staying with his parents in Mexico and supplying a telephone number where he could be reached. No action was taken. In fact, what has happened since 1996 is the family of Ms. Rodriguez, her daughter, has found that there's been no help in trying to locate him. The Chicago Tribune reporters found him in 48 hours in Mexico. Unfortunately, in the ensuing 15 years, virtually all of the witnesses to the crime are either unavailable or incapacitated. This is repeated over and over again in this series, and it raises serious questions about the level of communications between local law enforcement and the Department of Justice and efforts at extradition. First, I'd like to ask you, if you would please, to join me in trying to bring all agencies of law enforcement at every level together to resolve this breakdown in communication. And secondly, I'd like to give you a chance to respond to this.
Yeah, I think the issue that you've raised is one of concern. The extradition relationship that we have with Mexico is today much better than it was. Quite frankly, it was not good in the past, but we are in a much better place. Our Marshal Service is the primary agency within the Justice Department that has the responsibility of apprehending fugitives. But I think the point you make is a good one, that the federal government can only do so much. We need to work with our state and local counterparts to get information about people like the one that you have described. And we probably have to do a better job in interacting with our Mexican counterparts about who these people are, where they are, and then try to get them back. Because what the situation or the fact situation you've just laid out is something that's simply unacceptable.
I might add that the series also spoke of a fugitive in Syria, which is a different circumstance altogether when it comes to extradition. But I thank you for your willingness to join in that effort.